Chatting with Cherubs.
Just as good. We nailed it. We nailed the clapping.
We are getting so much better at that clapping.
Yeah, it really. When we do it, I do just think of the Sugababes. Because they're so good at harmonising.
Is that why?
Well, they're really known for harmonising.
Yeah, I love
The
the
back,
Sugababes.
the original three.
Oh, it's like this.
Yeah, yeah, the back.
Yeah, I love the Sugababes.
So do I.
I am just...
Should I do a quick intro and then talk about the Sugababes?
I think let's just include this. I think this is a fun intro.
Hello, Chatting with Cherubs. I'm Josh. That's Morgan Rees. We love the Sugababes. I didn't forget your name.
Josh, Morgan, Heidi.
Yeah, Gearoid. No, yeah. So the Sugababes.
I love the Sugababes.
Shall I do a proper intro?
No, this is fine. Soft in.
I'm obsessed with the Sugababes. The fact that the original lineup came back is just the single most incredible thing.
I was talking about Mutia.
I love her.
Yeah. Do you know Mutia?
I know nothing about the Sugababes other than the historic joke that they change every season.
Well, this is going to annoy you about Morgan. He doesn't know a lot of things that you feel like he should know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like gay culture? I know, like...
No, but I think Sugababes should be like, it's like maths, English, science, Sugababes.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But I was describing Mutia, and she's... so she's one of the original three. It's all the original three. The back.
sacred three,
The
as
back.
they say.
But Mutia's got such a good voice with such a good tone. And I was describing her to a friend, and I described her as like English Mary J. Blige sort of voice.
Yeah,
that was
completely.
That was the vibe that I get. But you, honestly, I'm going to send you some videos to watch of them live.
Yeah.
They're the harmonising queens.
I saw them in Dublin in the rain, and they were amazing.
I'd cry.
Oh, why were they in the island?
Because it was raining.
I bet they were harmonising with the raindrops.
Yeah.
It'd be so good.
They were, oh my God.
Was it the original
incredible.
three?
It was the original three. It was only last year.
Oh,
They were phenomenal. And actually, when I was a kid, no, not when I was a kid, but when I was younger, and I did a panto, I played Hunchback, and my song was Push the Button.
well, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did this song come about? What was the lead into the song?
I remember I was rescuing people from a jail. Or no, I actually had them tied up in a jail. And
How old was you?
No, I don't know. Like, it wasn't a kid. I was
No,
like,
I know,
was
because
like
I know
20.
your age.
Yeah. No, but it's like, I think I was probably...
You're older than the Sugababes.
No, I was older. No, I was older again. Hold on, hang on.
Because they're only like 39, 40. They started when they were 14.
Oh my
Talent,
God.
it's pure talent.
I would come out so twisted and with such a warped sense of ego if I was famous at 14.
Yeah, mad.
Yeah.
Good
Absolute
lordy.
madness.
Well, I think they did go through their shit, like...
Yeah, but now they seem back.
Oh my God, they're amazing. I do have a great story about Siobhan.
Do you?
Yeah, the original Sugababes. When I was doing the Apollo with Joanne, the night before the Sugababes had been in concert at the Apollo.
Oh, wow.
And in my dressing room, I found a Nando's wrap.
What was their order?
The order was, it was a... Oh my God, why can't I remember this?
Chicken.
It was chicken.
Exclusive Daily Mirror.
It was a chicken.
The Sugababes eat chicken.
And I put it on Instagram because I was like, this is Matthias rap. I'm 100% certain this is Matthias rap. So I went on, just was doing like stupid stories about it, and I came off stage. There was a message from Siobhan. No, it was mine.
Oh my gosh.
I
How did it get back to her?
Died.
Did she already follow you?
You're tagging
No,
them.
she followed me. I must have. I think I tagged the Sugababes.
That must be
Oh,
like,
it's not that much of a coincidence then, is it?
That's not the point. That's
I
not
was
the
stood
point.
outside the house with a rap saying, "Is this yours?" No, it's Siobhan's.
But then a few nights later, when we were back in the Apollo, I posted a photograph from the sound check, and Siobhan sent it back with Nando's gifts all over.
Oh, that.
It was the greatest moment of my life.
Siobhan's an Irish name, is it?
It is, yeah.
Maybe you're related. What did you do if you like, this is your family? And what's that show called? Who
do you think you are?
Who do you think you are?
Is it? What's
And
the
then-
Irish version of that?
We don't have one. We don't
Oh,
have the
yeah, we all
don't
know
have
your
the budget.
relatives.
Yeah. The Irish version of that is hang on, I'll make a phone call. Just ask your nan.
I've never asked where, because I know you live in Dublin and have for ages. Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
it?
I live 12. If you take the tunnel, I live about between 12 and 16 minutes away from my mum and dad.
Yeah.
And I've moved the furthest of all of me and my
Really?
5 siblings.
It's
Not to sound
expensive.
naive here, sorry, but when you say take the tunnel, is that another word for metro?
Oh no, the tunnel between north side and south side of
Oh,
Dublin.
of course. Sorry.
But my parents will always say, like, will you ever move back closer?
That's so great. I love it there.
I haven't seen enough of Ireland. I can't wait. I can't wait for piggybacking on your Irish coattails. If I'm quite honest,
Yeah.
Gerard, I would love to see more of Ireland.
Yeah, you totally should be doing cat laps.
Oh, also, just Belfast. That's one of the places I'm really not selling that well. So, crack on. Yeah.
Yeah, you should totally do more places now.
I can't.
Yeah.
Where's your black spots on your tour at the moment? Belfast, is it?
Belfast and Cambridge, because he put me in a 300-seater in Cambridge, which I think is quite big for Cambridge. I've never gigged there. I've gigged there once, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
yeah.
Is that like the
junction? Yeah.
Yeah, I've done gigs there.
But I've
Yeah.
got like I'm selling all right, but like it could
We
be
all.
better. Could be better.
Well, there's always just those weird towns that weird in the way you just go like we just cannot give those tickets away for no love or money.
Yeah.
It's the ones that annoy me are the ones, you know, when you say like exactly what you said there, which is like, it's okay, but it could be better. They're
Yeah.
the ones that upset me because they're the ones that you know it has to go ahead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be shit.
But it's when people say, "Oh, you didn't do here on the tour," and you get multiple messages about one place.
Yeah.
And then you put the tour on sale. It's like, well, where are you?
Yeah.
You've been begging for ages. Come,
Yeah.
knobhead.
And then you realise the 6 people that have been messaging you have actually bought tickets, but they're the only people that want to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you come to Rancorn Underbridge? Why did you come to Rancorn Underbridge? Okay, I'll put on the show there. They're the only fucker there.
You know?
But yeah, you would love it. You'd love it in Ireland.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I think you get treated really well when you come as from the UK to gig there. I've always got treated.
That's just the history, Josh.
I've got treated really
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Everyone's very afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that everyone always cowers when I'm there. It must be,
Yeah.
it must be a respect thing.
Do they think that about the Welsh though, or is it just the English? They're all right with the Welsh.
Yeah, I think we're all right. Well, St.
Yeah.
Patrick was Welsh.
Okay.
He's our saint.
I did
Yeah.
not know he was Welsh.
He was, I think I'm right in saying that. Yeah, I think he was Welsh.
Oh,
If you're
brilliant.
not right, then you have to move it.
you got to move to Wales. That's your comeuppance.
Yeah, I think he's Welsh, and he's buried in County Down, because I know that you can see his grave from an Aldi. Or you can see an Aldi from his grave. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
It's grim either way.
Yeah.
Talking about grim, I was walking to Top Secret, the Top Secret Comedy Club, the comedy club in London on Sunday evening. Bumped into someone that I know from the gym. I said, "Oh, how are you doing?" He said, "Oh, not too bad." And he said, "Oh, I'm a bit weird. I went out last night." I went, "Okay, cool." He said, "I'm on my way to a Grindr hookup." I went, "Okay, cool." And he said, I haven't been to sleep since last night.
So he's going to a hookup, but still.
Still partying from the night before.
Oh, go home.
Oh, God.
Yeah, go home. Have a
Or at
pizza.
very least have them over.
Yeah.
No, because you'll fall asleep and then you've got a stranger in your
Oh,
house.
yeah. No,
I thought you'd rather fall asleep in a stranger's house.
Yeah. Well, either way, you're in danger. Either way.
Yeah, you're in danger both ways, but one way you get to keep your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just made me think about like Grindr hookups. Just that sort of like what are you gonna do when you've been partying for 24 hours? What have you got left in the tank?
Yeah.
Nothing.
When did you last shower?
Yeah.
See, that's what would upset me.
Yeah.
story.
But
No.
I just feel like, I don't know if it's now I'm in my 30s, I'm like, I have to, like, I feel like, I don't know if it's because I've been going to the gym, getting quite hench, but the other day, I was like, I let my balls get a bit airier than I normally let them get. And then, do you ever do the little sniff test? Little,
No.
touch your balls and, no, whatever.
No.
When I come from the gym and I was like, whoa, that's a whiff.
No. I have complete faith in the soap.
I mean,
do.
I trust it works.
Yeah, but
like,
do you know, you've never had a little sniff test of your balls?
No.
no.
No, I didn't ever have.
What are you testing for?
See, like, just like, do you know, sometimes, have you ever got so sweaty, you're like, what's that? Ooh.
Well, with my armpits,
Yeah, but
Definitely.
I test my balls as well.
I've never.
No.
Right, maybe
Well,
we
in case
get
of
this
what?
bit out.
I'm always just working off.
I knew you would say maybe we would cut this out.
I always work off the assumption that it won't be good.
No, yeah, but
So I'm just like
I'm too inquisitive.
Yeah,
I
you're like a little
cat. Yeah, but I used to always. Do you know when you're younger and you fart under the quilt? I can't help it. I need to know. But yeah, so I just feel like now I have to keep everything really shaved or whatever. I don't know if it's just because just keep it fresh. I'd be too panicked that it's not fresh. 24 hours, I don't want anyone near me balls.
Yeah.
yeah. No, fair enough. Like if you haven't showered in 24 hours, it's not the time to be.
I think my balls would stink. It's
I think
nearly summer as well.
24 hours partying. I think sex is the last thing on my mind.
Yeah, it's chips.
Yeah.
Like it's chips with dip
I think it's death.
and a Coke.
I think if I'm like 24 hours, I'd be like, this is it. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I could. I can't imagine me being in that situation.
No.
Not only, I think this is more saying about me though. I think it's been 24. You've been partying for 24 hours. It was now that I don't think I can shag post 3 p.m. I'm not a nighter. I can't do it. I'm such. I have to be during the day when I've got the most energy.
I shag whenever me, really.
Yeah. Whenever the going's good.
I've said if he ever wakes up in the night and he's a bit on, he just wake me up.
Well, as we know, you already wake up going,
You're like a
I'm
little-
ready.
Yeah.
A little vending machine.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'll do it. But he don't really do that. But like, I'm ready to go whenever me. As long as you give me enough time to shower and skip me balls.
I don't know. I think if you're out for 24 hours,
Yeah.
I need like 3-4 days to recover.
How
from
old was this person?
Ooh,
That's an
they
excellent
were,
question.
I would say,
that. And it also offends me.
I would early 40s.
Early 40s.
Early
Oh,
40s,
fair
mid
play.
40s.
Yeah, still a bit younger than you.
You're going to have to make jokes back at some point. I mean,
I'm gonna
we're
I've
in
been
it.
doing it for ages.
We're,
doing it for
I know we
ages.
are in his house. We're the guests, but you got to.
No, I do think I do make a lot of old jokes at you. I don't know why. Do you know what? Sometimes I'm like, why am I even doing this? It's just mean. And we're all going to rage. It's good. It's good to rage. You're not dead. No. And he's not even that
You are
old.
picking up some of these doctor tips from your boy.
Yeah.
It's good to
Yeah,
age.
yeah.
You're not dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could be a nurse with a bedside manner like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But no, yeah, I do. I have made some good ones in the past.
Yeah, my favourite one was you called me middle age when we were in Edinburgh, and I was like, no, excuse me, I've never been called middle aged before. And then you said, well, are you planning on living?
Yeah. but to be fair, I've heard that before.
Oh.
That's not an orig.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, it was recycled. I've heard that.
Yeah, we
I don't want to
heard that.
claim that on the microphone.
No, that's
Yeah,
okay. You can.
that one, that joke you made about finally getting off the bus. It was from-
But yeah, what was I going to say? I will stop now.
No, you don't have to stop.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
No, it's okay. I
And
don't
you're
care.
so close to the end. But anyway, he was in his early 40s. Remember them? I mean, I don't know why. You're being a cunt now. Do Do you know why? I've done nothing this week, so I've got nothing to speak about. So this is how I get on the microphone.
Any couples in?
Anyone drinking? Anyway. Right, so
there's me and Garose got loads of notes. Your book says "be a cunt" on
it. he was in his 40s and he was doing a 24-hour day.
That's not uncommon. That's really common. People still gay men. There's no age limit on. They're always partying. There's no age limit to it.
That's mad.
Chatting with Cherubs.
I do think there is a phase that gay men's Sundays move to garden centre territory or IKEA territory.
Oh, gotcha.
And once it happens, there's no going back.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a new phase of life.
I love a garden centre. Do you know, I was looking at all the sheds and I was like, I love these sheds. Because I was fit.
What were you imagining with the shed?
So, where that garage is, because that garage is dead old and a bit shit, we're about pulling it down and then getting... If I had the money, I've not got the money, but if I had the money, put one of those real good sheds that you could live in. It's not even a shed, it's just like a wooden building. It's a shed, but like one of those really good ones with windows and stuff. And then the massive ones, and I'd have it for either a spare room for a little guest house, or I'll use it as an office.
Reese James also uses his as an office, and I like the idea because I believe in the separation of work and home. But I do think it is quite funny. I'm gonna write my jokes. I'll be in the shed.
Yeah. But it's not a shed because it's when you think of a shed, this is this is a building really. It's
in Ireland they're called. There's a company that do them called Shomra.
Yeah,
and Shomra's the Irish for room.
It's a Shomra.
Yeah, and they have, but they have heating in them, and they're insulated, and they have
it's proper. You could live in there.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah. Can you speak Irish?
Yeah,
you fluent?
No. Oh. And everybody thinks I am because, when I started doing comedy, I used to get loads of offers to do things in Irish, and I'm like, no Irish, sorry.
Yeah, I get the same with Welsh.
I have a little bit, but not much.
It's mad that I can speak both of them. Showra means room.
Yeah. Well, give me a Welsh word.
It's not unusual. I don't know.
That's Welsh for hello.
I'm trying to think of a Welsh word. Oh,
that's one.
Your jellyfish is one.
Come on.
Oh, I've heard you say this quite a bit.
Well, I don't do that material anymore. But
yeah, but you did have a joke.
Oh yeah, biscotti wibbly wobbly.
That's how I knew it because Morgan said it loads. Biscotti wibbly wobbly. Biscotti wibbly wobbly.
It's Welsh for jellyfish.
Means cunt of the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you say that on here? Or are you going to put that on Instagram?
Oh, it's already out. Yeah.
Oh, right. He used to have a joke about it. That's how I know.
Yeah, so the colloquial term is biscotti wibbly wobbly, and the actual Welsh for it is cunt amor, which is cunt of the sea.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm probably butchering some of the pronunciation there.
Welsh and Irish, they're very similar, I think, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover. I don't know.
Should I just go for a walk while you have this chat? I'm in a really twatty mood today.
Mate, I'll talk more about that shed.
What's the Welsh for shed?
Yeah.
The Welsh for shed.
Yeah, it is probably like shed.
Woody.
Talking about where we live, am I allowed to say the name of the town you live in now?
What, in Manchester?
Yeah.
What, in Sale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the reason I say that is I needed an extra one of these cords today, so I kept on trying to find somewhere near you, typing in XLR cable sale, and it just kept on sending me to offers. Because obviously it was a fucking nightmare. It's spelled S-A-L-E.
Yeah, but it's one of the nice parts of Manchester, because I grew up in my mum's were Failsworth and my dad's were Droylsden, which is more like north way, but this is South Manchester, and my family are like, "Oh, you're a living sale." But I did shag my way into the postcode.
Yeah. Well done.
I could not buy there.
And he really did all the other postcodes as well.
It was the only one left.
I did quite a bit of the map. Yeah, I did.
There's a lot of ticks.
But
Yeah, he's either a whore or a postman. I don't know.
But I did shag my way to the postcode. But do you know what? I'd be with him if he lived in any postcode, but he doesn't live here, so.
So we'll never really know.
But I couldn't buy. I couldn't buy it.
No, never mind. If I can take half of here.
But I do. I feel like, oh my god, everyone else is like got really good jobs. It's not. Like,
You've got a good job.
Yeah, great
you're
job.
on the telly.
I get. Yeah,
You're on a
guess so.
good podcast.
Yeah, but why have I got no savings?
Yeah.
No, do you know what it is? I've been done over the last few years with tax because I've not really put enough money aside each year. So then when it comes to the tax, I'm like, and then that kind of, I just feel like I'm always catching up on tax. But this year is going to be the year I get ahead of my tax, I hope. Because every
You
January
just need two
I'm like,
separate accounts.
no, I do. It's all in separate accounts, but I don't have enough. Yeah, I just don't have enough. When I spoke to you about tax this year, and I'm like, oh, well, I might have to go to prison. I don't know what's happening here.
It's prison or Monaco,
Yeah,
isn't
I've
it?
not got this money, but I ended up doing Dancing on Ice, so I was all right. But that helped me with my tax loads. If I didn't do that, I would have been fucked. So I'm trying to get good at tax this year. It's really hard.
But
though.
what I do is I just pay myself to set
No,
it's pretty shit.
I'm
but
starting
it's-
doing that. But then you're like, oh, this is not a lot of money at all.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm stopping doing. Basically, for comedy, you make no money for years and years and years, do you? And then I made a little bit of money, and then I just spent it all on trainers and doing food shops at M&S, and then I was like, I've got no money. So now I've learnt my lesson, and I'm trying to dig my way out of that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is that thing of like that you earn no money for years and years in comedy, and then you've got like a little window where you feel like you're earning loads of money, but then
I forgot you have to pay tax because you don't
Yeah,
take
but-
it off you straight away. You're like, wow, I'm doing quite well.
Oh,
And
when you go
you're
from
like,
employed to self-employed and you realise the tax bits at the end.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh,
oh
God.
shit! But Alva fell for this for the past 4 years in the row.
yeah. Well, in Ireland it's different because the VAT rate's much lower than it is here. So it's like I think the VAT threshold is 38 grand or something.
Oh, so you pay VAT.
So you pay VAT as well. So you have to like set up a company and all that stuff earlier. So it's
Oh,
it's just
wow.
so scary because like it takes so long to learn how to be self-employed and to do.
I'm
tax
still
that way.
figuring it out. Each
And
year I'm like, oh fuck. I've
Then you
not
have to
done
change
this.
them for company, and then I'm like, so this is the company's money, but I have to pay what?
You got to pay
Like,
yourself a salary
and-
from the
oh my
company.
God, it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
So I'm terrified. I'm just terrified of it. Like
Well, this year is my year of spending no money.
it's good to do that. Like, because what I do is I ask the accountant something, she tells me what to do, and then I go, that's what I have to do, and I get used to the idea of that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
And then I email her like about 3 months later, and she's like, why haven't you taken that money out? I'm like, I'm just terrified in case somebody needs it. She's like, no, that's your money, you can take, like, it's just so scary. Like.
Yeah, my accountant's rubbish.
I bet you're good at it though. You've got a maths degree.
Yeah, but my maths degree was more about the idea of numbers rather than numbers themselves.
Yeah. I've got 2 GCSEs.
God.
I shouldn't be in charge.
So you can solve for X, but you'll still go to prison.
Yeah, I can solve for I can very much solve for X, but I cannot expense a KFC. It is
I was telling you before, I said, because of my business card, so everything that you use for work goes through your business card, doesn't it? And I went to use mine the other day, but I forgot that I was having a new one delivered because that one just ran out of date by a month. And I was like, oh, it's not working. I was a bit embarrassed that it wasn't working.
because where wasn't it working?
In Greg's. But I was on the way to work.
at Greg's.
Yeah. Well, I had to. You have to eat while you're traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. That's a legitimate business expense.
Yeah.
So I was at Greg's, but like that.
And your card wouldn't work.
I like when I first did that, when I first separated the two cards, like a business one and a personal one, they were the same colour.
Mine are.
That's
Yeah.
just, why would they do that? That's the
Yeah.
stupidest thing in the world. And I ended up having to get like a piece of tape, like with business written on the tape on the card,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
looked like a crazy person. Every
Yeah,
time I
you
paid
look
for
like you
people were
stole those
Yeah,
cards.
exactly. It's like,
Well,
yeah, they're not
my,
your cards.
My accountant was like, let's get your expenses and all that sorted now and get it done as soon as possible just to keep you on top of it, because he knew that I was like, God, I've only literally just covered myself for this year. Like, I was panicking a bit. He said, let's try and get it sorted for now. So then I went, all right, well, here's all my stuff. But there were none of my expenses on it. And I was like, oh yeah, because I lost that bank card for about 6 months, so it's all on my personal card. So then I had to go back and do it all. But I think I am going to get good at it. I've been watching YouTube videos of like how to be a business person.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to be like more business, but I thought we'd just write jokes and tell them. I didn't know.
No,
I feel
we're-
like I'm fucking running a Zara or something.
No, we got to have our own podcast. We got to edit our own podcast. We got
Yeah.
to promote everything. We got to do our own businesses. We got to do our own taxes. We got to do our own records.
But sorry for that little melt on. I don't know if you should be speaking about your taxes and stuff. People don't want to.
Well, yeah, we're talking about paying them. It'd be very different to go, whoa, got out again this year.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes didn't pay his taxes, did he? Didn't he get
No,
done for
neither
that?
did Shakira.
Shakira.
Is didn't she go to prison?
I don't know if she went to prison. Will you Google if Wesley Snipes did? My phone's on charge.
I think like Shakira owed, like whenever I hear of Shakira's tax bill, I always feel good.
Yeah.
Because I think like she owed them like 36 million or something. Like
Yeah.
Wow.
it was something
To be fair,
ridiculous.
though, if Shakira needed to get the money together, she'll have a better chance than us. She'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we see her on Dancing on Ice next year, we'll know what happened.
I think, but yeah, she.
Yeah, I guess with all the government tax rises now, more people are going to be in that same position.
It terrifies me.
Like, what big celebs we going to see on Dancing on Ice next time?
I think it's been cancelled.
He went to prison for 3 years.
Yeah, because of tax evasion.
In 2008, he was convicted of on misdemeanor charges of willful failure to file federal to income tax returns.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes, Blade. He's back at acting now, though.
And after an unsuccessful appeal, he served 28 months in federal prison.
Yeah.
Wow.
It terrifies me. That's the biggest thing.
Now-
I get worried about going to prison for not paying me tax, because it's not even a crime that people would be scared of me for.
No, you'd get
Like,
passed round in
I
there.
No,
can't
you
be
would,
like,
yeah.
I've murdered someone. But like, no, you didn't. You didn't pay your tax.
Yeah, like
you
within,
can't count, you know, man.
Yeah.
within 2 days, he'd be holding somebody's pocket. But like, what I've always wondered about that is, right, if you go to prison for not paying your tax bill, do you still owe the tax bill when you come out?
No, because you've paid for your crime, I think. That is your pen.
That's all right then.
Yeah, free board and food.
Yeah.
If I was like hard as fucking and knew no one would batter me, then I would be all right with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't actually. The idea of prison, I love going for a walk. Me. Was that?
They have a yard.
and I literally said, "Let's go for a walk."
Yeah, but isn't like they only get a certain amount of time and it's the same walk every day.
Yeah, an hour in the yard. Oh, that stressed me out.
But would you be considered vulnerable?
Why?
Well, because you're a delicate celebrity.
No, he's hench now.
I thought you meant because I was dyslexic. I didn't know what you were going on about. No, I'll be alright.
He can't read all these death threats.
Yeah, I think I'll be alright.
Alright.
I always think I can get on with people. Me.
I don't think it's your people skills that are going to get you through prison.
No, I don't. Well, hopefully we'll never know.
Well, you can only do Dancing on Ice once.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at options for next year. I'm just trying to explore it.
But when you said yes to Dancing with the Stars, was you already sorted for your tax?
Yeah, but the money
Yeah.
it's different. Very different. We've had this conversation.
Do you ask people what they get paid? Like
Everything.
comedians and stuff?
Yeah.
I always do.
I do. Especially when it's a gig and you find out. Have you ever done it when you found out they've got
Yeah.
a bit more than you? Fuming.
I found out,
Fuming.
I was having tea, or I met one of my friends for coffee who's another comedian, and we were doing the same festival.
Yeah.
And we were selling the same tickets.
Yeah.
And I found out there was like a significant difference in the fee, so emailed straight away. I was like, we're having lunch together, and we were just talking about fees.
Did you get a rise?
Yeah, and everyone else got a rise as well.
Oh, good on you.
Look at you. Like Emmeline Pankhurst. she was a suffragette. I'm trying to just think of someone who did. She did good.
She did good, yeah.
But she wasn't, getting wages up. She's trying to get the
Well,
vote.
she was trying the best.
Yeah, she's getting the vote.
Yeah, she did her best, but look,
She did well.
she shouldn't feel bad about it.
I don't think you're mad about the comparison.
No.
Meryl Streep played her in a film.
Did she?
I think she
I
was
love Meryl
Meryl
Streep.
in the Suffragettes. So yeah, back to the thing. A 24 hours.
Like, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's
24 hour.
Yeah, a Grindr hookup. Imagine that, someone turning up at your door and they've been up for 24 hours. Were you any good at like turning people away that rocked up and they weren't who they thought they presented themselves to be?
I have a confession.
You've never done a grinder.
I've never had a Grindr hook.
I've never
No.
been in a relationship.
Because how long have you been in a
for
relationship for?
A long time, 13 years.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Oh, but even still, what were you using before you hooked up?
Pigeons. Carrier pigeons.
Scrolls.
Keep setting me up.
No, I just alcohol.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just like
So,
it
IRL.
was always like friends of friends.
Did you have
I was
good, did you have good chat in clubs? Was you like good at like?
No.
I couldn't imagine you like flirting with someone. I find it
No.
so funny.
No, I have a razor sharp edge to me. No, I didn't have good game at all.
I didn't really.
No, you did.
Well, no, I just kind of was like, woo. I think looking back at it, I think I definitely pretended to be more dumb than I am.
Yeah.
Even more dumb. But I think I'd be like, ooh. Like, putting their arms like, oh. And just laugh at the jokes if not even said anything funny. Yeah. But then when you get once who's, when me and James met, I was in my 30s and like, I literally met him the day after I got back from Australia. And when I'd been gigging, and I just thought, I'll book a date in just to get out there a bit. But I wasn't expecting much. And I was like, all right, yeah. I actually took a couple of dates for me to be like, yeah, I like this guy.
It was the jet lag though, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, but it wasn't like, do you like, in my early 20s, there was quite a few times I was like, I met him once, I was like, we're going to get married. I'm already pregnant.
Yeah, I used to fall in love during
Fall in
good
love
sex
so
a
quick.
lot.
I did, yeah.
And then it was a couple of dates in, I was like, oh, fuck, this is a really cool guy. But it took
He is
me-
a great guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He is
But
like
it
a
took
great
me-
guy.
But it took me a while to figure it out. Few dates, but wow, bloody hell.
But I think that's
I
better.
never liked him, but I was like, oh, fuck.
He bought us all the Easter eggs in the
But
break.
all Easter eggs.
He does do nice stuff every day.
He's so nice.
But what was your game other than drinking? What was your thing?
It was just really bad. It was like eternally single. And I used to be really good at getting broken up with. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just take this in the chin.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I got in this position in the first place.
Exactly. I was like, yeah, this is the way this goes. Yeah, I was very I think I just gave up on relationships, and then
That's what they say though. That's when you find one when you're not looking.
exactly. It's when you
That
go
used
against
to
your
piss
type.
me off. That,
Yeah.
What do you want me to
Oh,
walk
did you-
outside with a blindfold on? No bed.
Did you go against your usual type?
I think so. Yeah, because they say that your type is your problem,
Yeah.
because it's like the reason you have a type is because it hasn't worked out. Because if it worked out
Yeah.
with your type, you wouldn't have keep going through more of them.
Yeah. I've
So
heard that.
then when you go against your type, you're actually getting rid of the problem.
Oh wow. This is agony rants coming in. This is that's the most useful thing that's ever been said in this podcast, and we've done 75 of them.
Do you have a type, kind of, yeah?
Ish, I would say. I do like people that look after themselves, but that could be of any size. I like big, shorter, just people that sort of like do a little bit of self-maintenance, and that could be upstairs, inside and out.
Yeah.
You're very holistic, Morgan.
I am a bit. Yeah. No, but I'll
You
be
do also like a fit dancer.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
We're
Okay.
being honest.
So,
I mean, like, have I visited one more than the other? Yeah, but I do like a big, wide spectrum.
You like a spectrum, but also in that spectrum, you've been
I'm
with a
visiting
fit
there a
dancer.
lot.
yeah. Good legs
But
in the
you've been
bum.
with all different. Well, I've met quite a few people you've been with, and
Yeah.
different gender, different body sizes, different everything.
Yeah.
But the most was quite fit dancers.
Yeah, what production are you in?
Yeah.
What are you in other than Morgan?
Chatting with Cherubs.
I do like an Amazon impulse buy sometimes, but mine's always like dream catchers. Stuff like that.
How often do you dream?
I've got dream catchers all over. This is the least I've ever had dream catchers. I've got 3 in the house. There's one in the kitchen.
In
Did
the
you notice
kitchen,
it? On the door handle.
all those dreams you're having in the kitchen.
I fell asleep at that table before.
Really?
Yeah. I can fall asleep anywhere. That's when I get on a train to a gig, I have to set an alarm.
No, I have to do the same.
Because
I
I'll
ca-
fall asleep. It's a rocking motion. Well, just sends me right off.
Ooh.
Sorry, that was the alarm I set.
Do you do impulse buys?
Oh, it's. I had one recently. I was gigging in. This is naughty. I was gigging in Cardiff, and I've been trying to lose weight ready for Primavera in Barcelona. I've been putting so much mental energy into this diet, and I think it is. I think the hardest part of dieting is that all the energy, mental energy, and physical energy you put into it does not feel reflected when you look at the weight loss.
You just got to have a bit of, as Gary Barlow would say, wise words of Gary Barlow, have a bit of patience.
Well, apparently when it comes to dieting, I have no patience because I've been working so hard. I went on the scales and I hadn't lost anything. So I went online and I just bought Ozempic.
Have you jabbed yourself?
No, I haven't done it yet. I don't know whether I'm going to do it. I don't need it. I know I don't need it. And
Can you buy that? How? What, like,
Yeah, it is.
Is it in your fridge? Where do you
Yeah, it's
keep
in my
it?
fridge. It's like essentially it's breaking case of telly. It was insanely easy to get. Bonkers. All they had to do, didn't speak to a single person, just filled in my details, and they said, "Oh, send us a photo." Bizarrely, you can just choose any photo as well. It doesn't have to be like of you currently. So I just chose a picture of me at my largest. And I'm not like recommending that. This is just what I did in the moment, and it was so easy. It was no checks whatsoever.
oh my god!
So now I've just got this sort of
I don't
Ozempic
think
in
you
my
need-
fridge, and it's next to the chocolate.
But I don't think you need to lose any weight.
You look
a broad,
great.
You're a broad boy.
I know I don't. I was just having a moment on the tiz,
I
but
think you're in great shape. You're a broad boy.
it's because the belly's going over the jeans at the moment. That's all.
Yeah,
That just happens.
That's just gonna
Yeah.
happen. And even if like you'd eventually one day your skin will go over the jeans. Something's going over the
Yeah.
jeans at some point.
Yeah.
Your belted buckle is always going to be hot
Yeah.
Yeah,
once you're over the age of 25.
fair enough.
I just think that like I don't mind a little bit of a belly really.
No,
It's
it's nice.
No.
Also, I think it's harder to lose belly than.
I think I put weight on me belly and me face.
Yeah, they're the
The
two
most.
places I go as well. But I was like, if I spoke about someone else's body the way I speak about my body, I would be cancelled like that. It's my real toxic trait.
Yeah, but I don't know why. Because
I know I shouldn't, but it is what it is. So it's very much. I might do it for 4 weeks as well, just before holiday.
The thing is, as well, like, out of the three of us, if you did OnlyFans, you'd make the most money. Like, people love your body type.
They do.
They love your two bodies as well.
They absolutely don't. No, they don't. Because I once made a joke during the pandemic that I was going to do OnlyFans, and I got so many messages telling me not to. I swear to God. I did. I got like, it was just a joke, and like loads of people were like, that's just a rash decision, like comedy will come back. I was just, wow.
So people really thought this was a genuine, and they didn't want you to embarrass yourself.
Yeah, it could have been like employees of OnlyFans that were like, this is going to be, we need this job, it's a pandemic.
Don't do it. You can only say no to people.
Yeah. It's called no fans.
It's too niche.
No fans. Enemies. Only enemies.
For the people rejected from the OnlyFans.
But but no, going back though, I do think like loads of people want to fuck you, Morgan. Which shouldn't be the thing that you shouldn't find self-worth in that or whatever.
No, not at all.
But I think if you did that and then got too slim, well, you should, like, if you want to lose a load of weight, lose a load of weight. I don't think you should do it that way. But I also don't think you would. You're not meant to be like
no, I'd look ill.
Justin Bieber sort of.
No.
Shawn Mendes. You're supposed to be like.
No, I'm a thicker boy. I'm a thicker milkshake.
Yeah, you're a big. But you're a broad Welshman.
That's a great description.
Yeah.
No, but I think you look great. Like,
no.
if I think if I look like you, I wouldn't want to change anything.
Oh, it's very kind. No, and I wasn't fishing for compliments. I was just wanted to be very honest about like when you do have those body crisis moments and you do something a bit rash, and that's just what I did. I went,
mine was a few years ago when because my weight's have always been up and down, but I'm at the moment I'm like, but my weight's higher, but it's not. It's like I've been working out loads.
You can see it on your arms.
I do think it is
Guns.
muscle. It's me back. I've noticed. I'm like, fucking hell, look at this. Oh, look, a dining table. But but yeah.
Like oak.
But the thing is, I'm just trying to not be asked about my weight, and I've realised, I've shagged guys who were like quite tubby and thought they were fit as fuck. So why can't someone think that about me? Do you know what I mean? That's the way I try to
completely on board.
But what I will say is, a couple of years ago, I did want to lose weight quite quick, right? And I know someone, I won't say who they are, but I know someone who said they did a liquid diet for 7 days. I ordered this thing, cost me like fucking 80 quid, right? And it's 2 smoothies and a soup a day. That's it. And I start, as you do, you start these on a Monday. On the Tuesday, I cried and ordered a Nando's. And then I had a week's worth of this shit. I couldn't do it. I thought I was going to kill someone. I was full of rage. I need food, me. And I need lots of it.
Yeah. I remember once doing that. You know that, it's, what's it called? Where you have like no sugar and no... ketosis.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're supposed to put yourself into keto, like no carbs. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You had to do it for, I think it was when I joined this gym, you had to do it for 3 weeks. And I remember on week 2 walking into work and thinking, I'm like, this is going to be a bad day. I'm seriously going to do harm to somebody. And then I passed this shop and I bought myself a pear and almond scone. Mm-hmm. And when I went in, I had that scone, and I swear to God, the like mental health crisis that I was spiraling into, that scone just completely solved it. Yeah, it's just like, I'm absolutely fine.
Oh,
yeah.
amazing.
I just needed a scone.
Yeah, I just think like, try and be healthy, live your life, but I don't want to. Loads of people are on Ozempic, so I don't want to be the one who's like, no, do it. But I think if, you didn't see a doctor to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't
like there's a difference between medical and
also like you look great.
Oh, but pure vanity, pure irrational.
But
totally get it.
we are all vain.
Yeah.
Like
I think
you
if
can't help it. Like
if you went to the Primavera thing now and was walking around topless, there'd be loads of people be like, oof.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just as many or more than if you went walking around with a 6-pack. I don't think that many people are asked about 6-packs anymore. They want like
realness,
big shoulders, and whatever.
Yeah.
Men.
I love hair now. Even a bumhole. I love an hairy bumhole.
I've always been pro hairy bumhole.
I love an hairy bumhole. And then I think, do you know when people are like, homosexuality is wrong? And I'm like, well, I do like hairy bumholes. That is a bit
might
weird.
have a point
That's
there.
a bit weird, isn't it? Like, but I see an hairy bumhole and I'm like, I want to put my face in that. But I love an hairy bumhole.
Yeah, they're wicked.
Like, why are we all trying to, be stick thin and like look like chalkboards, like sort of nothing on us?
Well, we all need a reason. I think what happens is everyone needs a reason for life not being perfect. So it's kind of like, well, if I look like what I think perfect is,
I'd wish I could just get rid of chubby.
That's true.
Make my cheeks a bit less chubby. But
but your cheeks are so cute.
I know, but I don't want to be cute. I don't even want to be like, fit as fuck. I want to look dangerous. I want.
Well, we could do that. Get you a swastika tattoo on your neck, shave your hair off. Get you.
When you start driving,
I will look dangerous. I look dangerous.
When you're getting out into a Fiat Punto.
I look quite scary on my provisional photo.
Do you?
Yeah, I look quite angry. And then when we come back off holiday, and I said, "Oh, do you know at Manchester Airport, you've got to put your passport in." The scanner thing. I said it never works for me. I always have to go to the machine. And then James made a point. He went, "Do you like smile when it scans you?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "That's not what your photo is." So he said, "Do your photo." But look, my passport is me proper look. Because I remember someone be like, "You're not allowed to smile," so I have to be like. So every time I go through the thing, I go. To make myself look really angry.
I remember the last time I was in Bristol Shopping Centre. I could see from where I was in Waterstones there was a man crying in the photo booth, and I don't know why, it was such a dumb thought. I was clearly now in hindsight, he was trying to find somewhere private to cry, but in my head I went, "Fuck me, where's he going?" I just.
He didn't want to go on his holiday. I've got to visit the family again.
It was so dumb. Oh, right, everyone, I think that's coming to the end. Oh, it's been so fun. Hey, anyone got anything to plug?
I'm on tour.
I wasn't listening, but I do. Sorry.
GearoidFarralley.com. Tickets. I'll be all around Ireland until the end of July, and I've got another podcast called Agony Rants.
Brilliant, Josh.
So I'm on tour. You can get tickets at joshjonescomedy.com, and there's links on my Instagram and stuff like that. But you can just put joshjonescomedy.com in your search bar.
Amazing. I am at the Edinburgh Fringe. Garode, you're at the Edinburgh Fringe.
I'm at the Edinburgh Fringe, yes. I'm doing a work in progress.
We're up there at the same time.
I'm going for 3 days.
In progress.
I'm going for 3 days.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Doing a work in progress.
Come and see us at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah, for 3 days. I said I won't go for longer than that.
I thought he was just coming up for fun.
No,
I'm doing a work in
Are you
progress for
working?
3 days. Yeah, I'm gigging as well. I do comedy as well. I do it as well. I'm quite good at it.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
So we're all at the Edinburgh Fringe. I also have another podcast called My Bad with Morgan Rees, talking about famous people's toxic traits. But otherwise, guys, that's been Chatting with Cherubs this week. We drop every single Thursday. Sign up to the Patreon. But otherwise, we'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Chatting with Cherubs.